That was my helmet.
Guys, get the plastic bag.
What? It doesn't.
Yeah, you get to eat it.
Did we go through the whole batting order, or?
Yeah.
They go.
They just batted around.
They just batted around right now. Okay. Let's go, Jerry.
Was the original title of the novel War and Peace. War,
What is it good for?
that's right! Next question! What is it good for? When Kramer told me that I had agreed to wear a white puffy shirt so similar to the one you're wearing, during my appearance on the Today Show, I exclaimed, "But I don't want to be a pirate!" Last one! On the last one, what brand golf ball did George, who fancied himself a marine biologist, pull from the blowhole of the whale, John? What kind of golf ball was it? Titleist!
John's going home with $225 in Mexican cards, a signed with all prize back, yada yada yada. You got to meet Jerry Simon. So give it up as you're playing Mets Tailgate Trivia.
You need one more for 4. It is 8 now, right? Yes, 6-2.
literally empty frozen foods.
Some Costco.
I know.
There's a Costco
I'm always
here.
like, I don't know, do I want this very, very thick piece of swordfish? Finally, everybody wants it. And now I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I slept on that.
That can play a
Supermarket closed too.
president, but I also had an urgent conversation with him. I told him I just think this.
The Warriors plan on playing some games without any fans due to coronavirus. Pelicans-Kings game has been canceled due to Courtney Kirkland, referee, having possibility of interacting with Utah Jazz before Rudy Gobert was diagnosed with coronavirus. Donovan Mitchell has coronavirus. MLB opening day delayed at least 2 weeks. I don't know how they're going to schedule it, but it was done through MLB PR, Twitter at MLB-PR. MLB Communications is the name of the other thing, of the account. Spring training has been canceled effective today. NBC baseball qualifier games postponed indefinitely due to national emergency created by the coronavirus pandemic. They have more on the Twitter, well, the actual thing. MLBPressBox.com, March 12, 2020 for immediate release. Major League Baseball to delay 2020 opening day by at least 2 weeks. Spring games postponed. Following call with 30 clubs and after consultation with MLB Players Association. Robert D. Manfred Jr. has announced suspend spring training as, safety of well-being of players and local fans. Of course, the fact that fans are like all 100 years old, not to mention some of the workers are like 100 years old. Literally, not even offensive, like some are really old. There are obviously concerns. This basically sums it up. The WCBC qualifier games have been suspended from Tucson, Arizona completely. Losing games, etc. What are your thoughts? March Madness has totally been canceled. I'm not sure it's going to be the NCAA stuff, but definitely at least the smaller leagues. I guess no empty arenas. I don't know if someone contracted coronavirus and they don't want their families to show up at the arenas. I'm not sure. But I do hear that. I gotta get more details, but I do hear March Madness is double whammy for me and my boys. March 21st UFC will not take place in London, England. Khabib Ferguson will not happen in Brooklyn. My friends would have liked to have seen the March 21st UFC. I would have liked to have seen Khabib Ferguson. Since I don't like Conor McGregor. What are your thoughts? Update with the changes on UFC. They couldn't do the London fight because of the ban to UK. I forgot where that venue is going to be. I think it's going to be like Vegas or something. The Ferguson fight, they have 2 venues for. They haven't figured out where. They'll announce at 10 a.m. I don't know if it's EST or PST. Around time because that's where the Apex Center is. Fans fundraiser for arena workers. What are your thoughts? Like I'm subscribed. This is after no one was going to appear for them before.
That can play a
Supermarket closed too.
president, but I also had an urgent conversation with him. I told him I just think this.
And literally empty frozen foods.
There's some Costco.
I know.
There's a Costco
I'm always
here.
like, I don't know, do I want this very, very thick piece of swordfish? Finally, everybody wants it. And now I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I slept on that.
That I had asked repeatedly.
Starbucks closed.
For help by this Sunday. We had asked for military, medical personnel, 1,000 nurses, 300
like Las Vegas
therapists, 150 doctors. These numbers I've been over with the President, with the Secretary of Defense.
What's everybody walking? They got nothing to do.
Milley, numerous times. They're quite familiar with the request.
High store's closed.
Conversation with Secretary Hesper and General Milley.
The store over there closed. Vietnamese restaurant.
I'm going to be talking to the FEMA administrator again to reiterate that this
supermarket
is
closed,
and he will have the ultimate say over whatever military medical personnel are made available. But again, it comes down to this. This is a wartime dynamic. And everyone in Washington has to understand that right now too much of what's happening is on a peacetime basis. there's a disconnect. And I want to just be blunt about that. We're in the middle of a war. We can feel it here in New York City. I could feel it this morning when I stood with those good men and women, those EMTs.
Yeah, Main Street, not Main Street.
It didn't feel like business as usual. It felt like we were in a war.
Cover all the fruit.
To save us. We need a lot more of that.
That store a little
other
bit.
parts of the country will need the same.
It'll be closed next week,
It's
probably.
not going to happen unless we get on a war footing. So it's the mobilization of the military for sure. But I also think we have to remember in the wars of the past when we were really fighting for the survival of our nation and our ideals.
Nice Cheeto shirt.
We called upon all Americans to serve. And I think
Popeye's
it's time
open.
for that in a different way now. I think it's time for our nation
Why no small business?
to enlist our medical personnel on a national basis.
Burger
We
King
don't
open.
have the same kind of draft we used to have, but we're going to have to create something new right now at this moment in history.
Chase.
To enlist all of
Vitamin store
medical
open.
personnel from around the country, and I mean civilians. Anyone with medical training, anywhere in the country, who can be spared by their city, their town, their state, to come to the front. And right now it's New York City, and we see it starting in some other
Wait,
states as
yeah.
well, but I guarantee you all
Oh, it's
50 states
gate-
will have
gated,
their
yeah.
own battle. The only way we're going to get through this truly
Through
is
Shanghai?
saving every life we can save.
Probably closed a long time ago.
Taking health professionals of every kind, with every skill, every training, no matter where they are in their career, and enlisting them in a national service, creating something we just don't have right now, but we could have, and we need to have. So
Parking lot
that's what I
empty?
talked to the president about, the Secretary of Defense.
Second floor's
General
empty, at
Milley,
least.
Going to a place we've never been before because we are actually dealing with a crisis we've never experienced before, and we have to innovate. We have to see possibilities that we just didn't see before if we're going to really protect and serve the American people. So I
No longer managed by New York City Department of
another
Transportation.
place because right now
New York City Department of Transportation no longer.
I do want to give the president
Okay.
It's not the city in charge.
Or 2014, yeah.
It's a private company.
Okay.
Some real acknowledgement of just how tough it's going to be in the weeks ahead in New York City. But we know there's other places about to face this same reality.
Probably no good for the skin doctor, right?
Fully, deeply recognize the extent of the crisis.
Joe Shanghai closed.
Like one nation, fight this crisis together, enlisting everyone possible into this cause, whether they be the men and women of our military and our reserves, or whether it be civilians who could bring their extraordinary skills to bear where needed.
I'm hungry too.
It's time for that in this country.
I wonder everybody buy a lot of food from Costco.
I did talk to the president about the ventilator situation, as I mentioned, and the 400 ventilators that we found out late yesterday would be coming in time and be in place by Sunday morning. That was the number I mentioned yesterday we absolutely had to have to ensure we could protect everyone in need. Those ventilators came out of the federal allotment that went to New York State. I want to thank both the federal government and FEMA and New York State for quickly making those 400 ventilators available. So the good news is we will get through Sunday.
Sure, yeah.
41st row, something like that.
Sure, yeah.
2,500.
You go all the way through Main Street.
Ventilators next week, during next week, to get through next week. I explained this to the president.
That restaurant, right?
That one.
And everyone heard it, and everyone took it seriously.
Not even any cars here. Everybody sold their cars, probably. Well, that one's open, Blue Storm. Oh, that's a bar.
Everyone's fighting to get more ventilators, create more ventilators, manufacture them. But for all those folks who are about to arrive in hospitals,
Kanji Village, let me see.
whose lives we must save, their simple need is not for
Mommy
us to talk
complained
about, but to find those
food
ventilators
no good.
somewhere, somehow.
I complain the food no good either.
Clearly,
The one we bought last time, bought twice,
It's the
right?
best one.
that it is, I think, a national priority.
How'd they close the business?
They want their clothes.
Yeah.
They want everybody to stay home.
Joe, where's Burger King open? Burger King probably kill a lot of people.
No, tools we're going to use, the BiPAP machines, which are something that could be really helpful in ensuring that for some patients, they can be kept off the ventilators or at least for a period of time. We're getting some of those in. We're training staff now to use them. That will be a part of the equation that will help as well.
Well, for rent.
The fact is, people want to help us, as I said, from all over the country. If you can help, anyone out there, if you can help,
So far, you good?
Go to our website.
Yeah, I got money, right?
You got any?
Yeah.
now. Or call 833-NYC-0040. Folks all nationwide help, or particularly if there's anybody anywhere has a ventilator they can get to us. That
Should live in North Carolina, shit. What's the...
medical
Well,
professional wants to come here and help.
Your city's terrible now.
Accommodations, we will immediately plug you in.
You're supposed to survive on Burger King here.
Just want to move out.
Yeah.
You can pay the 2 rent. That's yeah. I think they move out because they think over here expensive to go somewhere else.
Yeah. They didn't move out. They didn't move out. They just want to visit the family, make sure they're okay.
Yeah, or the relative, right?
Yeah.
But I want to emphasize.
But at least we have Popeyes in Boston Market. A lot of like countryside people. They don't have Popeyes or Boston Market.
Community of Nations, the global
Yeah, we gotta start buying the prime rib now.
By the hello food.
Yeah, the halal food's still open. Yeah, it's a good price now too. The halal food price is a lot lower now. Like $3-4 now.
And even with that wonderful, reassuring voice and that knowledge and that wisdom, he's the first to say there's a lot we don't know. But we are learning every day and every week more.
Job.
And we're trying to act rapidly on what we learn. Sometimes you reach that point where there's just enough confirmation,
playground
enough new
closed.
information.
A long time ago.
It's time